Welcome back to another season of Bassmaster Open Pros Pick'em for Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing. Obviously, we have the new Bradley Hallman in here with Ish Monroe. I'm going to tell you
the
flat
new
out,
Bradley
guys,
Hallman.
the
Wow.
new Bradley Hallman, new 2.0 Bradley Hallman. Bradley was a big part of the show. He's a really good friend of us, and he made the Elite Series.
He is a really good friend. Not was.
No, he
is.
was. We kicked him to the curb.
Is.
We kicked him to the curb whenever he left and made the Elite Series. He's no longer one of us.
Because you guys suck.
Yes.
And he made it.
Yes,
okay,
that's exactly.
Make sure. Just clarify.
We are kicking off a season. I have to do one thing though, everybody. I have to introduce the 2022 Bassmaster Open Pros Pick'em champion, none other than the two-time defending champ, Todd Castledine.
I knew it.
Awesome.
I knew it.
You get a fist bump for that one?
Oh. What's up there, Matt? Ish, Andrew?
I hope this video gets flagged for copyright violation for using
it. No.
Todd, you get a fist bump for that one for sure.
Yeah. What's up, Matt? You don't have no jewelry. You don't have no bling, do you? It's what happens.
Are you wearing an ICAST attendee thing around your neck?
No, I got medals. I got rings. I win it all, Matt. You know, I'm pretty much the best there ever was.
This is so good.
What do you got, Matt, going on? You got I'm not even worried. What's up, Ish? I'm glad Ish is a part of the show now.
I'm glad to be a part of this show.
This can be a
one
good
more
year.
guy to beat up on Matt.
Yeah, no doubt. Matt, Matt's just in his own world, up in Todd's head, though.
Will you do that, Todd? This year, right now.
He lives rent-free.
$100 signed $100 for this year, just between me and you, just a gentleman's bet. You're the champ. You're 2 for 2 on this thing. I mean, you can't be beat. Why wouldn't you want 100 from me?
Matt, I was told long ago that I don't take candy from little kids and stuff. So I'm not going to sit there. And if you actually win something, then we'll make it a bet. But until you win something, it's not.
Gentlemen, can we pull the gloves back a little bit?
Yeah.
Just pull them back a little bit. No, this is a full on knockout, ouch. Let's just calm down.
So we are at Lake Okeechobee kicking off the season. We don't have Bradley Hallman. We have Ish Monroe. Ish is a 47-time Bassmaster champion. Just champion of all champions.
Actually, I am going to hold one title on the show because I have to, because we're talking about Lake Okeechobee. I do hold the 4-day record on Lake Okeechobee at 108 pounds. 108 pounds.
So do you think we're going to break 108 pounds this week?
No.
No. He's like, I'm not fishing, so no.
Yeah, the lake was fishing way too perfect at that time. We had the FLW tournament, 2 weeks before it took over 100. And then when we got down there, it was just perfect timing for big bags. And I weighed a lot of big bags.
Yeah, you were flipping a jig, weren't you? Or were you flipping a jig?
I was flipping a
D-bomb?
I was flipping a jig. I flipping a jig with a D-bomb on it, and then punching a D-bomb by itself.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Well, let's get this started. We got Group A. Matt, how about you lead us off in Group A this year? Because I know you're going to give us a breakdown of what is going on.
Are you sure you don't want me to, Matt, since you think I copy you all the time?
Oh, that's fine.
No, go ahead.
Because then I can copy everybody.
That's right. That's what I'm going to do. Go ahead, Matt. Lead us off.
Well, if you look at Group A, the obvious choice here is going to be Mr. Florida, John Cox. The scenario is setting up perfect for him. You're looking at light and variable winds the first 2 days, 10, 11 miles an hour, then a cold front that he knows how to adjust to coming in on Saturday with strong winds. So John Cox should be the obvious choice. You look at 23 events on Okeechobee, though, and Cox only has 4 top 10s. He also has 4 finishes below 100th, 0 wins, and his average finish in those 23 events, 49th place. Because of that, I'm going in Group A with Drew Cook entering his 5th year on the Elite Series. He averages a 22nd place finish in his 5 events in Florida. And in his 4 years on the Elite Series, his lowest first tournament of the season is a 23rd place, and he averages a 17th place finish in the opener. Group A, Drew Cook.
Hold on. Just hold on.
Exactly.
I just had you guys, you don't understand. I just had this conversation last week with the second best frog fisherman in the country, Mr. Dean Rojas. And yes, I said that on live, the second best frog fisherman in the country, Mr. Dean Rojas. We had this conversation about Matt and how he is too technical and he spends all this time being technical and not worried about fishing. Matt, just go fishing. The best advice I ever got from one of the greatest anglers in the world, Mr. Denny Brower and John Murray, just go fishing.
All I did was pick Drew Cook and Bucket A-ish.
Yeah, but you had more stats than Encyclopedia, Google, and everything else combined.
It's like this constantly.
Is it? Okay.
So good.
Well,
this is so good.
I'm not gonna ask you to change, Matt, but it's funny because me and Rojas just literally had this conversation last week about you. And if you just worry about fishing and not all these analytics on every single thing, you will make the elites because you are good enough. We did agree that you're good enough to make it. But you get in your own head. You live in your own head rent-free. Besides Todd living in your head as your roommate. As your roommate, Todd is your roommate in your own head, living rent-free.
I've not disagreed with that. I've also traded a bottle of Jack for an original Wigglewort with Dean Rojas, so he doesn't always make good decisions either.
Hey, when you get a chance, I'll tell you the story about Dean's original Wigglewort because he has 100 of them, and so do I.
All right. I got Drew Cook in Group A, Upshaw.
Todd, who do you have Group A?
Drew. I do. I really do.
That's so good.
Benton.
Oh.
Drew Benton. I like it.
I was like, oh crap, he picked Drew, and I'm like, oh, okay, Cook. Yeah, I got Drew Benton.
I like it. Ish, who do you have Group A?
My deal with John Cox though is that that's not really a sight fishing deal down there at Okeechobee most of the time. It's usually flipping,
chatterbait.
Yeah, I mean, there's some. It is pretty hard. Group A is pretty hard. I just went with the guy. Man, Okeechobee's that one deal that I've only been there once, and I realized, man, the more times you go to Okeechobee, the better. Some lakes it doesn't matter, but Okeechobee is you better know the little hot spots.
No doubt.
Well, I'm going with my little brother and the best fisherman on the planet, Brandon Polinick.
I like it. I think that's where that experience comes in too. I mean, he's been there. Yeah. He knows the game. He's good at it.
Even after AOY, he's still hungry.
Yeah.
He's still hungry. He wants 4 million AOY trophies and 15,000 classic trophies.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a big week this week. I actually went Gerald Swindle. I went to the history side of things. I also know he just spent $2,800 on jackhammers the other day. I saw his little video. And so I was like, dude, he is diehard jackhammer guy. And if anybody can figure him out to throw that thing, he fishes it different than a lot of other people. And I think it might work in his favor this week. Group B, Ish, how about you lead us off Group B?
Okay, there's only one choice. The man, the myth, the legend, from your guys' backyard, Mr. Jason Christie.
Oh my gosh, I wasn't going there.
Oh.
You can't bet against the dude. Okay, Matt, how many top 10s does this guy have in Florida?
Well, hold on. Hey, so what was the deal last year? Something happened where I did something where I jacked with Matt about Jason Christie, and he was going to pick him for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I picked him out of spite for the remainder of the year.
Right, but he bombed on one of them or something.
He zeroed in the first one or something.
He He bombed in one.
Right.
One.
But if Jason Christie bombs, he bombs in Florida because historically Oklahoma anglers do not grow up fishing the grass and do not know how to read it as well as other anglers, especially in East Texas, Louisiana, and Florida, who learn the grass. So it's more difficult for Oklahoma anglers to kick the season off on grass fisheries than for grass anglers.
Yes, that's him talking.
I gotta move my phone. It's heating up. So it's
overheating.
Warm.
He's got Matt's overheating this phone for him.
Yes, I'm turning on the AC.
I'm not going to do this to Holman, although Holman did win an FLW event down there at Okeechobee. Because I'm going second. I was about to pick Holman, but then I'm like, oh, I can't do that, man. It's like Hackney's right there. I'm going to pick Hackney. That's an easy one.
That was on my list. See, my Chick-fil-A bag where I got the guys down here. Yeah, that was Hackney was on my list.
Who'd you go with, Matt?
I went with Hackney too. I mean, the guy has 6 top 10s in Florida, including 2 in Okeechobee. And if you listen to Mercer's latest podcast, he talks about how jacked up he is to start the year in Florida.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because I actually went Greg Hackney as well. We lost Ish.
Yeah, Ish's phone overheated.
Is overheated. I actually went Greg Hackney as well, and because I was going to go Bradley Hallman, because I actually feel like Hallman is going to have a big event there this week, I didn't want to put any kind of pressure on him.
I think it's going to go either way for Hallman.
Yeah. I think he's going to have a big tournament.
We all wish him top 10s in every event, but man, it's just one of those, and it won't even be him psyching him. There's no pressure of any of that stuff. It's just, it's just tough. I think Hackney's just going to roll down there. Hopefully, Holman has just a good, solid event. That's all I hope for him. Solid event.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. Let's go ahead and jump into Group C.
I'm back. Sorry, my phone overheated.
I'm back.
It was getting hot in here.
He's hanging it out the window.
No, I'm not hanging it out the window. It's the AC. I got the AC running on it.
That's so good. All right, we're just jumping into Group C-ish.
Let's let Todd go first.
Todd, how about you go first? Group C.
And don't pick my guy. Don't you pick my guy.
I won't. When you look at I rarely look at percentages, right? And I was going through here, and I just look whoever jumps off the page, and I'm like, oh, there's an obvious one. And then I'm like, 66%.
Don't pick that guy. Don't pick that guy.
He's gonna catch minimum 16 a day.
No
his bad day, and that's gonna put him in the top 25, which will be a solid pick. I gotta pick.
And
Scott.
We all know this.
Yeah. You gotta pick Scott.
Of course. I know you're gonna pick my guy.
I knew you were gonna pick my guy.
Well, I couldn't find a better. Get used to it.
I couldn't find a better one.
Hey, Matt, who you got?
I got Scott. I mean, there's a dang marina named after the family on the lake.
Valid point. Yeah.
I went Scott as well, but I will say that the Brian Schmidt pick, knowing that the chatterbait's so good there right now, been. I think that is the super sleeper, go crush their face in, win the whole tournament kind of pick. If you're looking for an outside of Scott Martin, 66%, Brian Schmidt right there at 9% is super steal. No doubt about it.
Scott, it is.
Consistency, though, I mean, Scott's seen how the lake's changed every year. And it has changed from when you set your record there for the biggest 4-day wait at Lake Okeechobee. It has changed dramatically. Just the grass moves, everything moves. The hurricanes messed a lot of stuff up. Water levels have changed, and Scott has seen it from day one there. So I think he's going to have a big tournament.
Yes.
Everybody picked Scott, right? I'm pretty sure
yes.
Everybody did. Yeah, okay. Group D, this one was a tougher one because you got a couple of Florida guys in there. I'm going to lead this one off. I don't really like this group at all. I like John Cruz a lot, but he's heavily owned. I think he's going to have a good tournament
There's
there.
an easy, sneaky, easy one in here.
I went Kobe Krieger, personally. I think he's going to have a good tournament. I've been burned on Cliff Prince quite a few times in Florida, and Bernie Schultz the same. If they were up at St. John, something like that, I might go Bernie. But in this situation, I got to go Kobe. What about you, Todd?
Kobe.
Yeah.
That's because, man, like, I don't know if people realize, like, he's worked down at that marina. Like, he
spent a lot of time down there.
He spent as much time in Okeechobee as anyone. So, to me, that's an easy one too.
What about you?
No one owns him. Like, they don't have. He's not owned by. Well, I mean, 7%.
That's nothing. I mean, when you're looking at Cliff Prince at 28.
Yeah, and John Cruz at 18.
18, you know.
That's my pick right there, Johnny Cruz. I got it. Team Missile, you know, the bomb squad, the head bomber himself. I mean, he knows the bait that holds the record. He knows what to do. We roomed together. He's seen it. He saw it. Yeah. He's seen it. He knows what to do. And, you know, I'm putting my money on Johnny Cruz.
Yeah. What about you, Matt? Who you got?
You know, there's a kind of a stigma around Florida. There's guys who catch them in Florida and guys who don't. And there's someone that's really flown under the radar, and I'm looking for value in Group D. I'm looking for someone with experience and someone who top 30s. And over the course of Keith Combs' career, now he hasn't been as strong as he should be the last 3 years on the Elite Series, but he does have 5 FLW events in Okeechobee with a 50th place finish in those 5 dating back to 2007. And in his 8 top 30 finishes in Florida across a vast array of fisheries. I know he likes Florida. I've talked to him about it. It suits him. He can get offshore. He can also fish shallow. I got Keith Combs in Group D.
Such a good pick, Matt. I like it.
You want me to just come on here like Todd and just BS my way through all 5 picks, or do you want me to add some value to the program?
Yeah, I got a lot of value, son. Right there.
I got a lot of value, son.
I'll just come less prepared next time just to play.
No, you have to be you, and I wouldn't expect you to be anybody else by any means.
Oh, sorry.
His playlist. Hey, Ish, how about you drop us off in Group E and finish it out for us?
I'm back to the nostalgia of my homies. You know, I'm always rooting for my boys. Like, you know, I root for you guys when you guys are fishing in the opens. So I got Ike. Ike's on my radar. You know, he's had a rough year last year, and if I know Ike, that ego starts to burn and poke at him a little bit, he's going to put in that time, effort, and energy. The dude's so versatile. He has not great finishes in Florida, but yet he does every once in a while have a breakout, and he's due for a breakout. So I'm going with Ike.
I like it. I actually will go second here, and this pick has burned me in the past on my first bucket or first tournament of the year.
You know how to make friends. You know how to make friends on this show, don't you, Andrew? You tell everybody they burn you, and then they watch the show and like, wow.
He did.
They will burn you.
No,
you will find out who will burn you.
There's certain anglers that either do extremely well or they get.
Well, then it's got to be the Steve Kennedy pick, then, right?
No, I'm going Rick Clun.
You will find over the years. Tyler Rivette will be your best friend in this thing, and it's weird, but it 100%. Always works out that way.
Steve Kennedy, I pick him about once a year, and he usually does good for me. And like he'll freaking smash it, but then the other ones,
you just never know. But I'm going Rick Clun, man. I like the Rick Clun pick. He's a moving bait expert, and I think that's what this tournament's going to be this week. I could be wrong, but I think he picks up his little spinner bait and his chatter bait or whatever he likes to throw, and he's going to catch them this week. I pray that he does. So, Ish, who you got? Or Todd, who you got? Group E.
Like I said, the Steve Kennedy pick, I just don't know if I'm willing to do it right off the bat, like the first one right off the bat. Plus, a lot of people have him. So
do it. Do it.
Justin Hamner.
Oh,
okay.
Just like I don't know. No one really stood out. I think, like you said, I think he'll do all right.
I mean, from a history standpoint, you got to think that guys that have been there a bunch and will do halfway decent. Mark Menendez.
I know.
No, I really think actually the guys who haven't been there because the lake's changed so much. A lot of guys are going to try to fish off history. They're going to run into the monkey box, and there is no monkey box.
Correct.
And and then that whole West Shore is completely different than it's ever been. There is no Pelican Bay anymore, especially what little is in there. That wind blows and it's toast.
Yeah.
And so I think the guys who haven't been there are probably actually going to fare fairly well versus the guys who have.
Well, I don't hate that either.
Hey, I'll be honest with you. I don't even know, I don't know the history in the last year or two. I didn't even know that's all, monkey box is gone and all that stuff.
A lot of that, it's so different, man.
Wow.
It's so crazy. I filmed a show there, I guess it was 2 or 3 years ago, and it was even then, it was enormously different than the last time I'd been there for FLW. So
gotcha.
It's crazy. So Matt, who you got Group E?
Well, I was kind of thinking along the lines of Ish until I realized that Mike Iaconelli in his storied career only has 2 top 10s in Florida, and the last one came in 2004 as the defending Classic champ wearing a flamed jersey and a Nike t-shirt underneath. And since it's been 2 decades since he's tasted success in Florida, I went with a guy who's won 2 Classics and has 7 top 10s in Florida, and that's Hank Cherry. 7 top 30s in Florida, and 7 top 30s in Florida, and that's Hank Cherry. Hank Cherry. Back-to-back Classic wins. Back-to-back Classic. Hank the Tank. Hank Cherry.
Who?
I love it.
Hey, I just want points. I'm looking for consistency in points-ish. And
Hank, you talk about somebody that will bury you. That guy will bury you.
Hey,
okay, well, I'm going to go with the guy who's cashed 7 checks in Florida over the guy who hasn't had a top 10 in Florida since Ronald Reagan was president.
Hey, Ish. Hey, Ish, let him go for second place, right?
Second? That's last place.
Well, no, I'm talking about when you just fish for points and kind of
yeah.
I'll text you on Sunday when Hank's on stage.
And I'll see you at the Elites when you're still fishing the Opens next year.
This is fantasy fishing. You can't take cheap shots on the water. This is two completely. These are not mutual things. These are independent.
How you pick your fantasy team is how you fish.
It's how I live my life.
If you live your life on those parameters, you're always going to be bridesmaid and never the bride.
At least I'm getting.
Todd loves it out here.
At least I'm in the wedding.
So we have a tiebreaker that we have to pick. This is probably one of my favorite things about the show.
I hate it.
Is picking the weight, the exact weight that you think is going to be. So it's pounds and ounces. How many pounds, how many ounces do you think will be the winning weight for Lake Okeechobee Ready Go Matt?
86.11.
Matt, I need to know what was the invitational weight last week, and then the last 4 Okeechobee weight.
That was only 3.
What was the average?
But it totally changes. I just went based on last week.
See, he goes
23, I think, or something like that.
23
See, that's not fair.
I'm not sure.
That's not fair because I never got y'all made me go first all the time, and y'all knew I had no idea what any. I couldn't tell you what happened in the last 5 years. And I just be picking random weights. I just picked one now, and at least I'm within 10 pounds.
What do you have, Todd?
I went 91.3.
I like it.
That might be too high. I don't know.
I went 89.10.
Oh, okay. See, I'm close.
Yeah, that's not bad. I bet there is a high wind day. Saturday is 16 to 20.
But I think that's the day they're going to blast them.
That's the day after the cold front.
That wind will help that chatterbait.
It'll help Hank Cherry. I'll tell you that. Hank Cherry loves that.
I'm going to go 92. 92.1.
All right.
So Matt, you were at 86. I was at
86.11.
Yeah, I was at 89.10. Todd was at 91 and change, and Ish was at 92 and change.
Yep.
Are we picking our winner too?
Yeah, we all have to pick our winner. Who do you think wins the tournament?
And it doesn't have to be someone you actually pick.
It does not have to be somebody you pick. Who wins the tournament? Who wants to go first in this one? And you can't repeat pick. You have to pick somebody that hasn't been picked. So if somebody wants to go first.
You can't pick your own guy?
No, so if I pick Jason Christie,
yeah. I'm sorry.
Jason Christie.
Well, we all picked Scott for the one, so what if we all want to pick Scott?
No.
Whoever goes first gets to pick.
So we'll let Matt go first.
Yeah.
Matt, go ahead.
Bradley Hallman.
Okay.
Good one.
What you got, Todd?
Hackney.
Ish.
Cox.
Golly. I'm going Brian Schmidt. I think he wins it.
Ooh, that's a good one too.
I like it. Well, guys,
I don't know about Brian, but yeah, that's a good pick.
I don't think it's a terror. I've had worse wins.
Well, the thing with Brian can win events. If he gets on he can win an event doing his thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like if he figures out that one little thing, he's really hard to beat.
He might catch two
fish.
But
the problem with that though is it's Okeechobee.
Yeah.
And when the locals find out where you're at, he falls apart when he has company.
No, I agree with that. Well, I think it'll be an interesting week. If you get a chance, go check out Bass Talk Live with Matt Pangrac. I almost said Tad. But Todd is posting all kinds of stuff over at Todd Castledine Fishing on YouTube. And where does everybody need to find you at?
Ish Monroe Professional Angler on Instagram, Twitter, Fish for Ish. You can find me, Ish Monroe Professional Angler on Facebook. Ishtofish.com, where you can buy a lot of the products that I talk about and pretty much any product you want to get a hold of. And ishmonroe.com, the website.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, hey, guys, y'all go check out all these guys. I hope y'all have enjoyed this colorful and fun episode because
whoa. Watch what you say. Watch what you say. Watch what you say, mister.
I meant more so of the Todd and Matt banter.
Okay, just making sure,
Man, I got a partner in crime with Ish now. Like Matt's
so bad.
Like Matt's gonna be hating this.
He's got to be.
We love you, Matt. We love you, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
We love you, Matt.
I do like the Todd Who sign in the background of Matt. I think that's giving him motivation this year. I have a feeling at the next episode, though, Matt will have a glass of wine with him just to try to
I'm just gonna have my score. I'm just gonna have my score up on there.
Yeah,
my score with Todd's underneath it.
Hey, and make sure y'all join our Bassmaster Fantasy Fishing group. It is Open Pros Pick'em, and make sure you join in and compete against all of these guys and myself to see if you can best the pros. Guys, I'll catch y'all on the next one, and good luck at y'all's next event.